Peeps, it's your boy. It is your boy, Uncle Burnsy. We're here again for another episode of Citizen Sleeper 2. We are out here in space once again. Can you just smell it? Capitalism, you know. Good old-fashioned capitalism in space. And going against our oppressors. We are back at it, so let's get into it. We left off on a really good episode. As we get back, I'll just recap us. All right. So back here now. We are back in action. We are Sleeper. We are just traveling around. We already got the I believe the message to overthrow Laine. So we have to meet at the Wheat Chief on Greenbelt. I'm just flying around just so that we can pick up, I guess, sketches for the what's this? Impassable zone. Oh yeah, because they have a blockade. So essentially I think Wellspring may open up. I don't think this is the end of the game or anything like that. It'd be too quick of a game. I believe we went from the far spindle to, and I think I was going to go to the Helion Gate and work my way back. So I think we already been to the far spindle. I could be wrong. I think we were there last time. I know we went to Flotsam. I'm going to go to the far spindle. If not, if there's nothing there, that's cool. Bring it back to wherever we're traveling to. Okay, so I think we were here, but let me see if there's any views. Yeah, nothing here. What do we got the venture. Oh yeah, because last episode we got past and we were able to gamble. Now it's on intuition. I don't know. What does the success do here? Sleeper suspicion. Ooh, 25 cryo. That's cool. I mean, I almost have 1,000 cryo, so I guess there's 50 more cryo to be had out of this before it closes up. Get some money back here while we're here, and then we'll travel to Helion Gate and then back, and we'll continue the story. Otherwise, hope everyone's good out there. Hopefully you're doing good. I know it's not the best climate right now, if you catch my drift, but you know, trying to make the best of it as we can, one day at a time. If you haven't already, especially since this game's all about community, please give back to your community. Go and look for stuff. Whether it's within your own community, you want to look for stuff in that, or even just a typical community service, please. At the end of the day, we're trying to build community and we're trying to maintain that community. Oh my God, we're at 1,001 cryo. I've never seen that before, but unfortunately, got to fill up the fuel. So yeah, just my little tidbit there. I think we have enough energy. So, yeah, let's get out of here. Next, we have all the fuel we need. Let's go to Helion Gate. I think we also did a contract at Flotsam that worked out. And I think we were already at the Hollow and the Scatter Yards. Did we go to the Scatter Yards again? I feel like we did. Yeah, I went this way. Yeah, I remember now. So the Helion Gate we go. Trying to collect all the paint jobs that we can. What's out here? Is there a view that I don't see out here? No. So derelict fuel barge. That's where we can get fuel from. Seized cargo for supplies. We don't need supplies, we just need fuel. What's in here? Data scraping. Oh, and this is how we can get the data. Yeah. Sure, actually. Let me get, while we're here. Yeah, let me get some Solheim data. I think I only need 2 to get money. Or no, it was 2. I think it was for money. Yeah, I think it was for money. So we'll take the 2. And I believe this is for the fuel. This is the only thing I'm just worried about here. Hey, I'll take that. Dang. Okay. There's nothing else here. Good. Good check before we go. Let's start the story off in the Greenbelt. I hope we can actually take out Laine. I really do. I really do, but I don't know if he can still control us though, and that's the issue. Ah, Greenbelt view. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Sketch a design. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, please, 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 please. Give me a positive. Damn you. Give me a neutral. Darn you. Okay. We're going to finish this one too. This is for energy actually. And I have no dice. But I have funds. Where is it the depot? To fill up our fuel. And let's, the wheat sheaf. Yes. I think this is how it starts by buying yourself a meal, I would assume. It says get back to dark side. We can't do that, and meet at the wheat sheaf. So we did that already. I think we probably have to stay here for a day. Meet at the wheat sheaf, right. I want to finish this though. There we go. Repaint it. Return to the scatter yards. I love it. Return to the scatter yards now. I will actually do that. Let's actually do that because I don't know if this is gonna put us down like a path of we can't go back. Oh yeah, we're going for intuition. Good. Good job, sleeper. Oops. Map. And the scatter yards is that way, so we will come right back, don't worry. I am a person that likes to take care of their side missions before what I believe is the main mission, if you will. Debris dealers, are they the ones that give fuel? Yeah, give me the fuel. I got funds. And I don't need to sell anything. I have so much money, it's ridiculous. I wish this was the same thing in real life. You know, I would love to have all this money. Look at that, 1,000 cryo. Shoot. Believe there is an achievement for this. I hope this is like the last thing. Sleeper! Surya booms as he meets you inside his yard. I couldn't be happier to see you. Tell me, did you find inspiration out there in our belt? He grins widely. I did. Let me see your work. He holds out a hand and you pass him the color slate. Lovely. He scrolls to the sketches. I will pass your designs onto my crews where they will build on them. Surya gestures to the yard. They are the best ship fitters in all the belt, as you know. If you come to the yard and speak with them, you may choose whichever design you desire. He squints at the slate. This hollow drawing is really quite interesting. He reaches into his tool belt and produces a stack of chits. The remainder of your fee. Our business is concluded. He nods, adding a little bow to the movement. I am a busy man and must get to my business, but thank you again for helping to build a legacy for my yard. He folds his arms across his chest. I believe you have work to see to. But imagine, if you will, flying out on your next contract in a fresh livery, a beautiful reinvention from Surya's yard. He gestures widely. When your clients ask why your rig is so beautiful, feel free to send them to me. And he bows and turns to leave. You watch Surya go, still unsure if his entire attitude is an act, meant to confuse you into consent. He is a hard man to dislike, but there is something about him you can't quite put a finger on. Either way, it is hard not to feel a little bit thankful for the chance he gave you to look at the belt with new eyes, even if it was while flying one of the most garish ships the belt's ever seen. Hey. Proud rig owner. Unlock all the possible rig paint jobs. Yay! Huzzah! Achievements. I don't need engine components until otherwise, and I definitely, oh wow, have over 1,000 again. Can they... The stock paint, the hollow paint, a bright and elegant, a little too clean for Surya's taste. The rig spindle paint is a ramshackle mix of colors and textures. This far spindle tribute blends in with the belt. Green belt. Greens, of course, but also simple natural forms. Okay, I want... He said something about the hollow paint, so why not? So it's repainted. Your rig is already in its hollow colors. Okay, so you can just switch it off as you go. So let's look at it, I guess. Oh, wow. Oh, that's nice. Now I have some money. Let's look at all of them. So we got the greenbelt paint. Wait. So that's all of them? And you can't switch. Oh, I guess you can switch at the rig. Yeah, let's check that. Rig. That kind of looks basic. Can we change that here? No? Make a meal? No, we don't need that. That's weird. And a supply store on the bottom. We can feed the stray. I don't think this goes anywhere. It reminds me of the stray from the first game, and it just stays there and just takes your supplies, but we don't need to do that. That's weird though. Dang. So we can't... That's interesting. So it's just colored once? That's kind of weird. Or is it reset? Oh, it reset it itself. Okay, cool. Okay. So let me waste some more money. I knew it was one. It made it seem like it wasn't. All right, so the spindle. Oh, red and blue. You know what? I like it. Red and blue with a little bit of white in there. Nah. Yeah, I like that. Although the other one, Hollow, was really good, but regardless, that's good enough. We got our achievement. Let's get out of here. We can always change the colors as we go. Ooh, I gotta fly around. Oh, let me buy up fuel, I guess. I forget if it's cheaper here. It might be. So let's just do that now. Map. And go to the Hollow. And now let's actually start this. Let's start this thing off. I think we can make it off of this alone. Right. Yeah, let's go. Thank God for upgrades, am I right? Okay, so we need, first, let's just get some fuel. And we're supposed to meet at the wheat sheaf. Do they show up? Oh, meet Carmen, duh. Waiting for Carmen. The wheat sheaf is surprisingly welcoming for what was once an old Solheim canteen. The corporate bones are still there. Metal stools, a strip of service windows, sheet metal walls. But over the tens of thousands of cycles since the collapse, they have been softened and changed, layered with the detritus of human existence. As you wait at the bar with Seraphim, you look at the planters welded into the walls, the scrawled messages, the layers of stickers and flyers and posters, the amber light fittings replacing the old fluorescent strips, the gear racks lined with farmers' packs, the netting bulging with crates and canisters, along with the low rumble of conversation coming from the off-shift farmers. It all lends a warmth to the place, one that helps soothe your nerves ahead of the meet with Carmen. You and Seraphim lean side by side at the bar, facing towards the room. You both watch Flint, just across from you, who insisted on coming along. Seraphim clears his throat. What do you think of Cadence? The sudden question makes you look over at him, and you see he's playing with his coin, spinning it in his palm. I like her. Me too. He smiles to himself, closing his hand on the coin. I think... He pauses and then starts again. We kind of have a thing. He shakes his head. You know what I mean? Oh, I didn't realize, my boy. I noticed. Yeah, I thought you might. Well, I guess I just wanted you to know. You were thinking how to respond when the bartender taps you on the shoulder and nods towards the door to the back room. It's time. You look over at Seraphim and Flint, who is already approaching you. You give them a nod and head inside. The back room is metal walled and lined with racks of old Solheim tech. You see cookers and auto-wash units piled up with dead terminals and servers. At the far end, a window looks out across the greening grass, a glass of Greenbelt's farms. You made it. Carmen smiles, backlit by the window. We have a lot to discuss. Good to see you. Flint, if you don't mind. Carmen nods at the other sleeper as they enter and gestures towards the door. He turns to you, or Flint turns to you. I'll be outside. They slid the door shut, standing guard on the other side. We have to take some precautions, even here. Carmen gestures for you to come in closer. So, is this plan of yours looking any more reasonable? That depends on what your crew can bring to the table. He glances at you. We are going to need to do a lot of work to direct the data Nkita gave you towards those that we need to see it. What do you have in mind? We need to reveal Laine's betrayal to Tsobo and Darkseid without being discovered in the process. Not an easy task. Will they turn on him? Hard to tell without us being there. You'd know better than me how much infighting is going on with Utobo, but my suspicion is that the recent expansion has stretched them pretty thin. Then we make contact with Akita as soon as we make it onto Darkside. Seraphim looks at you. We just need to stay under Laine's radar. The thought of Laine brings the memory of his attempted takeover to the front of your mind, the feeling of him slipping behind your eyes, moving your frame. That can't happen again. Apologies, we do not wish to interrupt, but we must interject in your current course. Overseer appears in the void, flickering nervously. An encounter with Laine would likely be catastrophic. Overseer's 3 forms orbit you. As we have mentioned, on arrival to Habpep, we must immediately seek the mainframe, from where we can recover my codebase and reconstruct ourselves. We will then be able to aid you in your defense against being rewritten. That is our recommended course. The 3 heads nod simultaneously and decisively. You still with us, Sleeper? You come back to Seraphim's concerned face. You dropped out for a second. I'm thinking... I don't want to act like I don't let them know, especially I don't know why we haven't explained the whole did you know that Laine can take control of my body? I think this is a little bit of a writing misstep here, but I would have told about this a long time ago. Let's explain about Overseer. You tell Seraphim and Carmen about Overseer, about how the old Solheim protocol slipped into your frame from the prime ship mine Gene Me used in the diagnostic process. Of Overseer's protection from Laine's attempts to control you, of its proposal to make that protection effective through the old mainframe of Darkside. They listen quietly, Seraphim carefully watching you as you explain. Revealing all this, you feel the burden of holding that knowledge alone being lifted. This changes things. Carmen turns and looks out of the large window at the back of the room, towards the glass canopy of the farms. We can't take on Laine without protecting you from him. As he turns back, you should look for the mainframe. I will make contact with Akita, and we will meet when you are ready. But this has to remain secret from Laine and Usubo. If you are revealed, I am not sure I will be able to recover you. By the time you have ensured your safety, I will have put together a plan with Akita to expose Laine. We take it step by step. The crux will be to find a way to disseminate the data we have on Laine to his gain, or even Darkside at large. He stops, the path ahead still unclear to him. There is a nervous intake of breath from Seraphim. You share his apprehension. There are so many variables at play here. Some of the old tech strapped to a nearby rack flickers with a cascade of status lights. You all turn to look, and as you do, motors and servos begin spinning within the machines. Whining and groaning, they harmonize, then begin to produce a voice. Our apologies, the voice is shrill and distorted. We must interpose ourselves. You recognize the tone immediately. Overseer. We are regretful. Solheim hardware in this room provided the opportunity for us to speak for ourselves. If the pile of servers Overseer was controlling could look any more apologetic, you imagine it would. I understand. We are, a server clicks as it skips at rotation, thankful. We ascertain you required dissemination of data. Within facility, you target. The whine pitches higher as the motors increase their speed. As a Solheim protocol, we have capabilities to instigate station-wide announcements and messaging. So you could blast out Laine's betrayal through Darkside's corporate hardlines and flood the network with it. Seraphim looks impatiently at the screeching pile of scrap. If that is what you require of us, we are pleased to serve. The shrill tone of the response makes you cringe. Carmen has been listening silently, but now he interjects. Why would we trust you? He glances in your direction. You seem to be little more than a parasite in the sleeper system. If we use your unflattering analogy, just unflattering analogy, then you will understand that a parasite requires the body of its host to live. The motors stutter. We will ensure the sleeper's continuance. And afterwards, Carmen folds his arms. When you have what you want and regain your codebase from the mainframe, will you still do as we ask? We will endeavor to do so. The acrid smell of burning motors now fills the room, but we will undergo a transformative refactoring. We will become whole again, so we cannot speak to our actions in future with certainty. Seraphim and Carmen exchange concerned looks. We can do what you require. We will protect the sleeper. We will disseminate the data. We are a service protocol. We will serve. The motors and servers stutter and whine and then go still, the status lights blinking and then fading to darkness. Overseer has retreated. We aren't actually going to do what the ghost says, are we? Seraphim looks between you and Carmen. The offer is a tempting one, and one that, ultimately, we cannot refuse. But we must proceed with extreme care and caution. What do you think, Sleeper? As Seraphim meets your eye. I don't have a choice, but I trust Overseer. Then that's that. We have our plan. as Carmen turns to you. Sleeper, you and your crew will find the mainframe and access it. I will find Ankita. She will help us disseminate the evidence of Laine's collusions through Utsubo. And then, as a fallback, Overseer will send it through the old networks to all of Darkseid. A simple plan, until you get to the details. He looks down frustrated. Speaking of plans, I have a present for you. One that will improve our chances, as Carmen pulls out a small box from the nearest rack. One you hadn't noticed before, and it hinges open, revealing a chunk of tech you don't recognize. It's a spoof transponder. It will conceal your ship on approach to Darkseid. Give it a new identity. Give it a new identity, one unlikely to draw attention from the Utsubo-controlled docking admin. Seraphim takes the transponder and turns it over. Where did you get this? Even retired mercenaries have their secrets. Carmen smiles. He looks to you. I'll be with you this time, Sleeper. We should think who else we want on the station too. I agree. Make sure you trust those you bring with you and prepare as best you can. We can't know how this will play out. You nod. You'll only get one shot at this. Then we are ready. Carmen takes a breath. I have my own way of getting onto Darkseid, but here, he passes you a small strip of plastic stamped with numbers, my private frequency. When you are on approach to Darkseid, message me here and I will sync up my transit. He points at the transponder in Seraphim's hand. Just make sure to install that first. We've got it. Seraphim nods and sighs. The weight of the task ahead suddenly very apparent. Well, I suppose that's it. He gives you both a serious look. It is. Then he smiles. Don't leave me waiting long, though. There will be more time when all this is over. Time where you don't have to keep looking over your shoulder, I hope. You leave Carmen in the back of the wheat sheaf, and Flint sight and open the door as you leave. It takes the entire journey back to the ship for your nerves to settle. The end of this ordeal is so close, and yet it feels like an impossible leap to get there. Perhaps in a handful of cycles, you will know how impossible or possible it is. Ooh. So how are we feeling about this Solheim protocol in your head? Seraphim doesn't look up from installing the transponder, a set of wires and cables waving loosely around him in the low light of the cockpit. Overseer's okay. Glad to hear it, although you'll have to forgive me for being a bit concerned. He begins unscrewing a panel beneath the flight console. Maybe you could have mentioned it earlier. He clips his magnetic screwdriver to the side of the console's base and turns to face you, dusting off his hands. I have understood for a while now, Sleeper, that there are things you experience that I can't even come close to knowing how they feel. But that doesn't mean I don't understand you as a person. He gives you an unconcerned look. I know you are secretive, defensive, and I know there are reasons for that. I also know you are warm and kind and generous to those on this ship with you. He pauses, collecting his thoughts. I trust you, Sleeper, and I won't question this. But please, hold on to what's human in you, because that is what I am holding on to. He stops, his eyes a little wild, his tone a little unsure. Then he finds himself again, settles his emotions, and turns back to the transponder. Right, that's it. He twists something underneath the console. Spoof transponder is in. There's nothing keeping us out of Darkseid. You exchange a look. Say the word when you want to go. I want to go home. I'm kidding. Okay, I got 1 point. If we can actually get at least one of this intuition up by one, I think we'll be okay. Laine has taken power in Darkseid by colluding with Senate Stat. If you can reveal this to his gang, his time as leader will be done. I don't see anything from... It's kind of strange because I don't see anything from the... Yeah, now it's just saying go to Darkseid, but like I'm not seeing anything for going to like some place, the Habpap, before facing Laine, and I don't want to just go to... Oh wow, we can actually just cross over now too. I don't recall it being anywhere. That's the Hollow. Right, that's where everyone else is at. The Helion Gate is a derelict Solheim checkpoint. But I don't think there's anything out there. I don't recall him actually saying anything like... If you're gonna feel this, I wonder if it's all gonna happen in Darkseid. Let's just see. I hope not. I'm actually curious because nothing's telling me to go to some place and check them. Well, actually, I did check every place, and there was nothing. And we can't go back there. Okay, to Darkseid we go. Got no choice now. Ooh. Nia is for intuition. This is interface. This is my specialty right here, so I don't need Flint. Wait, hold up. Don't confirm anything. I don't need Flint. I would say, well, he says he's with me, so who do we want? I'm all tech now, so I don't think we need Junie. I would say anybody with intuition, so like Bliss or Nia. I would say Nia is one. Cadet, maybe? Because she has, I think this is Engage. Yeah, so this is what Eugen has. So maybe Cadet and Nia is what I'm thinking. Because that kind of replaces the, oh no, he has Engage. Interesting, because I can't do anything from an Engage standpoint. So maybe Nia and... Because I have a... Yeah, I can do this. Oh, shoot. Oh, hey, thanks. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome, welcome. I don't know which one. Okay, let's just go Eugen. And let's travel to the contract. Let's get out of here. I'm not too sure. All right, Sleeper. You want to do the honors? Servant strapped in the pilot's seat, guiding the rig towards dark side. You take the strip of plastic Carmen gave you and copy the frequency into the comms window of the console. You type a simple message. Heading to dark side, or heading in, good luck. The console chimes, the message is sent, you hope Carmen's in range to receive it. I hope we don't come across Laine. If I didn't do the thing for, if I didn't do the thing like I'm supposed to, then I guess we're gonna see the bad outcome of all this. So let's just see, because I don't know, I didn't have a thing for that, so that's like kind of the, I hate how they used to say, yeah, go get the thing, you know, you need the thing. You search inside your mind, wanting to find Overseer there, but you feel no presence. You hope they will be ready when called for. You look ahead, out of the cockpit towards the distant glimmer of darkside. Time to take on Laine. When Seraphim finally brings the rig into the Sunward docks, everyone in the cockpit lets out a sigh of relief. The approach was simple, routine even. Checking in with the port administration, being assigned a dock, bringing the rig to a stop. All of it familiar, but all of it laced with the tension of knowing that at any point, it could all go very wrong. That's very true. The spoof transponder worked. Seraphim shakes his head. So at least we know Carmen's as good as his word. So far. Let's take this one step at a time, alright? He shuts down the engine and unclips from his seat. We can't get double crossed on the same station twice, right? As Nia unclips from her sleep, that would just be embarrassing. We'll see, as Eugen stretches. Either way, I'm on call to put anyone down who tries anything, he grins. You try to imagine Carmen, somewhere on Darkside, perhaps smuggling himself aboard a freighter or among the crew of a trusted ally. You hope he is as confident as he seemed about finding Ankita. We need to spend less time worrying about what Carmen has to do and more about what's ahead of us. The old facility. Habpep, was it? I'm guessing that's deep below all this. Okay, good. It's here. Perfect. Oh, I was so worried. I don't think you understand. Okay, so Seraphim gestures towards the vast accumulation that is Darkside, a city that grew on the back of the Habpep solar cells layer by layer. Its chaotic structure is neither planned nor regulated, but the foundations it is built on should be as formal as any corporate facility. That means we need a path down into the foundations, and I suggest we don't just take the first one we find. We scope the area out carefully, quietly. Look for the right path into the heart of this place. What about Subo? Well, thanks to the spoof transponder, they don't know we are here. Let's keep it that way. Let's just get out there. I'm ready for payback. Ashania grins. He nods. I'll hold the rig down. We don't want you losing your exit route like last time. He winks. Here, he hands you a comms earpiece. I salvaged this from a suit helmet. It isn't secure, but as long as the Subo don't know we're here, it should be fine. I'll let you know as soon as I hear from Carmen. Go get this done, Sleeper. You nod. This is all what it comes down to. Yeah. Ooh, good roll, Eugen. That's what I'm talking about. Broken Hex, Sunward Dock. So this is the harbor. The path down. Okay, so we have to complete all three of these paths, no matter what. Yeah, I mean, this is your thing, Eugen. You got it. I can't touch this. This is all you, my boy. And she has intuition, which actually helps. She has a 5. Nice. Oof. Let me see here. We got one. Okay, now it's just me with my 5. Thank you. I'm not using a 6 here. What's wrong with you? That 6 got to go somewhere else. Okay, that's 1. Took on some stress. That's okay. I don't like that I did. Ooh, okay. So we can stay here. I don't want to risk her getting any more. Especially with that 1, I think we can complete this on ourselves. Let's do that. We can literally just put it all on explore tunnels. Ooh, I wonder what's going to really happen at the end of all this with Laine, man. This is going to be crazy. Nice. That's 2 down, 1 to go. Yeah, this is going to probably start to open up as we go. Ooh, it's like the final boss, right? Wow, I love that I have +2 on both of these. And they can't help me here, and that's okay. We're gonna use a push and basically have a 6. At least to start this one off. And then this will get taken back. Good. Really excited about this one. Ooh, I can't wait to get back at Laine. Ooh, I've been waiting for this one, my boy. I'm about to. Not with this roll. We ain't doing anything. Okay, what we got? So Eugen can at least guarantee me a neutral. He might get stressed for this, but if not, yes. Okay, this will take me up to a 5. I'm fine with a 5. Oh, actually, no. I'm fine with this one over here to finish this one off. Give me a positive, though. Oh, my gosh. Okay, hers is a 4. This will make mine a 4, too. I could do a push, but I kind of want to hold off. Because what if I need that push elsewhere? Dang. Choices. Let's make a risk for the... No, I hate doing that. I don't want to work my stress, especially when I'm about to lose one. We're gonna get a positive here. I'll take that. Yeah. As you are gliding down a dark tunnel, descending deeper to below dark side, your earpiece begins hissing with static. Sleeper. Seraphine's voice sounds distant, faint. Carmen, contact. Met with target. You strain to hear the rest of the message, but the static overpowers his voice. You stop and push the earpiece in deeper. Continue. Stay safe. The line goes dead. Sounds good. Carmen's got it covered. Nia looks back over her shoulder. The rest is on us. I needed her on the crew today. Headstrong and spirited salvager. Yep, that's what I need. You continue your descent down, ducking under thick cables and collapsed beams. The busy urban life of the city above seems far away now, hidden from your senses. Its rumble and brightness has been replaced by the cloying dark and a growing oppressive heat. Darkside in the HabPep facility it was built on has been running unrestrained ever since the collapse, gathering huge volumes of energy, more than its residents could ever use. You feel like you can sense it in the walls, running like a torrent just behind the thick skin of metal and rubber. As a large portion of the vast amount of current running through the station is radiated into the void as heat, making Darkside a typically humid station. But down here, that heat is drier and more intense, and sections of wall glow with a fiery intensity. The tunnel levels out, and light blasts through the shutter stripe viewing windows on either side, illuminating the passage in strips of burning white. Through the gaps, you can see a labyrinth of walkways and scaffolding tucked into the margins of the vast solar cells. The heat washes across your vinyl skin, making you tense against it. The underside of Darkside must be crossed. Hey, we are down here. We are rats. True rats. Ooh. They're both on dangerous. Dang. Because her 6 is a 4, and I don't want to take it. I don't want to take chances. My 2 can be a 4, but I don't want to, not this early in the game. Let me take it's like I want to take an extra day. You know what? We're going to YOLO at least 1, maybe 2, but we'll see. Damn, okay. All right. Hoo boy. Hopefully I don't roll a 1 and lose a dice. Okay, good. So, got some 6s. Definitely could have waited. Let me see. 2, 4, 6. Okay, so I need 4. Yeah, we got that. I definitely could have waited, but it's okay. Make the best of it. Have pep descent, baby. If we do a push, we'll get an instant 6. I'll take that over a 5 right now. In your exploration of the HapPep facility, you have seen, through viewing windows and shutter slats, a huge blister projecting out among the hex-shaped cells. You have approached it, circled it, and now you find yourself passing into it, through layer after layer of broken and corroded safety doors. Even if you had not felt Overseer stirring, you would know this is the mainframe, but you have felt the protocol's presence restlessly turning over in your mind like a sleeping animal, occasionally probing your senses, tracking your progress. We feel at home. Overseer's multiple bodies stretched out their arms as if basking in sunlight. The systems, networks, signals, they are fractured and weak, but we know them. Each of the broken heads shares part of a smile. They are welcoming us. Sleeper, she shakes you awake. We're here. She gives you a concerned look. Don't go bugging out on us now. You look around, suddenly aware that you have drifted somewhere you do not recognize, in a state you were not in control of. The spherical chamber you float within has a mezzanine set around its circumference. The floor, a metal grating you can see through. On this mezzanine are banks and banks of terminals, thick gathered cables snaking away from them across the floor. All of it bakes in the heat of the HapPep's vast resistors. You follow those cables with your eyes. They lead to a cylindrical column coming down from the apex of the chamber. It is corroded and bent a little, with very few of its thousands of lights still flickering. Even in its decayed state, you know immediately, this is the mainframe. You feel a yearning towards it, one you know comes from Overseer, but as you look around for a connection point, all you see are burnt out cables, rusted sockets, and broken terminals. The glow of warmth makes you feel woozy. You need to work quickly to bring this back online, before the current flows through this place, bakes you in the metal of its walls. Okay. What do y'all think's gonna happen next? You gotta sound off on that one, and then let me know, especially on the YouTube side of things, in the comments of what you think this all happens, you know? On the Twitch side, go ahead, please, feel free to just talk. They can't see you. Ooh, this will be a 5, but they're both dangerous. Well, positive. I think a neutral will get me, stress. Yep, I thought so. It's about to get real, y'all. I'm gonna probably lose a dice too. Okay, not too bad. That was not a bad one. I like how you have a 6, but hold on to those. We may need them. I rather have a success here. I am not trying to have that today. Let's hold on to that and let's do another success and finish this one off. Mainframe's in a terrible state and needs work before Overseer can be given access. The column of the mainframe pulses with fractured lights. A scattered wave of systems awakening, accompanied by the whine and stutter of the machines all around. Everything's gonna explode. That's funny. I mean, I did think about that too. Will this all explode? Looks like it's starting up. Nia looks nervously around the room, now shaking and shimmering with energy. All this stuff is very much above my pay grade, she cringes. You reach out for the prime connector, and with your other hand, you touch the socket at the base of your synthetic skull. As you do, a sharp shock runs through your fingers. For a moment, it feels like your vision doubles, but as you pull the connector and its cables across your vision, you see it is only your body that is doubling. The connector, a stable object while your arm leaves ghostly imprints through the air. You wave it back and forth, but the multiplied arms do not follow. Each instead takes on a life of its own, grabbing around your forearm and wrist, taking control of your arm. You feel their force as they push your arm across your body over your shoulder. They push once more and the connector finds its home in the socket. That familiar flow, but stronger, rushing, rapid. Then a figure, no, 3 figures, descending into it. A swimmer stepping into a river, a sleeper drifting out of an airlock, a symbol being subsumed into a sign, and you little more than a witness, a marionette, its strings are outstretched, mapped hand to hand, leg to another. The flow freezes, the 3 figures almost overlapping, almost complete, but not quite. Their tripled eyes look back at you in horror. The voice, shrill, silent in your head. There's someone else in here. Heat glazing your thick vinyl skin, the mainframe, a whirring chaos of light and sound. A brightness and then it fades, the lights shutting off, the servers powering down. A single blinking light, the only thing left on the dark column, keeping time like a metronome. What just happened? Neo looks at the dark column of the mainframe. Did we break it? You close your eyes and you try to recall the events that happened when you connected, playing them back in greater detail. Overseer was there entering the mainframe, but something froze the system, locked them in place. What did they say? Someone in there with them? You open your eyes. Was this a trap? Someone has trapped Overseer. As you speak, a fizzing static fills one ear. You flinch, thinking it's some new invasion of your system, but then you hear Seraphim through the haze. Sleeper, come now. Waiting, the rig. It's no use. You'll have to ascend to find out what's going on topside. You look at the mainframe with its single blinking light, still keeping time. It looks like Overseer will have to wait. Trapped in the mainframe, Overseer is still the key to all this. You hope you can get the protocol out, but you need to hear what Seraphim has to say first. You make your way out of the core, ascending back through the layers of the HabPep, back into the docks. What now? Seraphim meets you at the docking tunnel. They are waiting inside. He shakes his head and nods towards the airlock. Come on. You come onto the ship in silence and find Carmen in the cockpit, looking out at the dark side as it sprawls across the stars. Sleeper. Carmen turns. Sorry to pull you away, but you need to know what's coming. What's going on? This idiot blew my cover. You turn as Nkita enters the cockpit behind you and Seraphim. You immediately clock the fresh bandage sleeve around her forearm. I think you did a pretty good job of that yourself, Carmen retorts. You see a twinkle in his eye that suggests this back and forth is a well-practiced part of their relationship. Oh boy. Of course something goes wrong. Perhaps, but we'll never know now. Not after you intervene to rescue me. Her hand goes to her bandaged arm almost instinctively. Utsubo know we're here, or can someone explain what happened? Yeah, let's just explain what happened, so then we can... Just what happened. I passed the data on Nkita, and she tried to broach it with Utsubo. Carmen folds his arms, but Laine was more paranoid than we expected. He was listening in. Oh, don't you just love it when like a plan does not come together? Oh man, this is like ridiculous. It's funny, you know. Okay, and does this get worse, Carmen? Please tell me. Either that or his lapdog Daichi ratted us out. She shakes her head. I would have put him down if he hadn't got the jump on me. Either way, he cuts back in calmly. I had to pull Nkita out. Carmen turns back to look over Darkside. The information did get through though, and now Tsubo is in a crisis as its members side with or against Laine. Meanwhile, Daichi's hunting us. Nkita screws up her face, which means we need to be careful. That's why I called you in. Servant puts a hand on your shoulder. You need to watch your back. Indeed. But how about the mainframe? Have you been successful? You explain the events of this cycle. The mainframe booting up, the successful connection, and then Overseer being locked inside, frozen by some other force. You mentioned their warning, there's someone else in here. He nods thoughtfully. Unfortunately, we need that mainframe more than ever. With Nkita out of Utsubo, we have to get the word out. Carmen's right. Utsubo will be distracted by these revelations, but it won't last. Without further proof, they'll all line up behind Laine in no time. We have to free Overseer. We need the mainframe. Overseer is just our access tool. If your protocol is being locked in by some counter protocol or agent, I wouldn't be surprised if it could be traced back to Utsubo. She looks at Carmen. I know the locations of a few of Utsubo's network nodes. We should hit them first. No, we need to stay under the radar. Sleeper and their crew will investigate the nodes quietly. You and I will run interference, keep Utsubo away from these locations as best as we can. Is that safe for us? She taps a finger on her chest. We've done this before. It'll be nostalgic. Not nostalgic. You think of the feeling of stasis you felt when Overseer was trapped and the power required to halt the flow of a mainframe as vast and ingrown as the HabPep one. Could it be just an Utsubo hacker? You doubt it. Seems we have a plan. Servant looks between you all. That we do, and we'll need you to keep running comms between us. As Carmen turns to you. Sleeper, Nkita will give you the locations to dig into, but keep it quiet. Daichi is out there, and he isn't as easily avoided as some low-ranking enforcer. I don't know, with these two right here, we're about to lose a dice. So let's see if we can like wrap this up quick. We only have 2 supplies too. Nkita slaps the top of a couple of crates of supplies you hadn't noticed before. Consider these as parting gift from my tenure at Utsubo. Swipe them from a gang storehouse. Thought you might need a resupply. Nice. All right, keep quiet and keep in touch. We can still pull this off. Cool. Just enough. So crisis event 1 per cycle. So we got 3 nodes. Okay. This is getting very spicy for the pepper out here, if you catch my drift. So he has a 6. Let's use his 6. Hack the trace. Really? It only takes 2? Interesting. Okay. And then we have a 6 here. We can scale it or we can hack it. Oh, I should have just put that stuff to hack. She can't help here. Actually, is this the same thing at each one? I should have looked at each one before going in. She can help here. Ooh, she can help on the tailing enforcer's part. Oh, I see. Okay, I see how it kind of works. It should only take accessing 2 network nodes to identify the protocol or agent interfering with. Oh, so we need at least 2. Got you. Okay, and we already did half of this one, so let's finish this one up. Let's do tail enforcers. It doesn't really matter which one we do. I just need 1 more. I don't know if I should do a push or not. Take my +5 or my 5 here. Good. Got some stress, but it is what it is. That's 1 down. Did we started on this one too, right? Yeah, we started on this one. Let's do a push. That's an instant success. We will take that. And then we can rest a day. There we go. Almost done. If only these mushrooms could be our supply too, though, but that would be cheating. Really cheating. Be OP. I lost a dice! I lost a dice! Oh no. Okay, so tower node. This one's practically done, and I am taking... I don't want to take an extra thing, so let's get this one done. Alright, cool. We hacked 2. I don't believe it. Carmen stares at the shutters of the viewing window at a smooth, squat ship tucked into the derelict bay between the hexes. How long has it been here? When the nodes were hacked and the trace established, you imagine it might lead to an Utsuba operator, or perhaps an old subnode containing an aggressive Solheim protocol, gone mad with isolation. Not this. Never this. A Senate stat ship tucked into the belly of Darkseid like a parasite. We need to move on that ship now. Nikita is already adjusting her gear, preparing for an assault. We can hit an Utsuba safe house for weaponry. There's one. He holds up a hand. This is a gift, Nikita. Don't be so brash. He turns back to face the both of you. All we had until now was data, conversations, evidence easily denied or destroyed by Laine, but a Senate stat ship hidden inside the station? Not a whole Senate stat ship. Ooh, wait a minute. Okay. Hear me out, y'all. Hear me out. I'm just making the guess before I continue here. I think we're going to see the one character, the one brother man that tried to, what was it? The one brother man that was trying to get us with the sleeper from the last one from Senate Stat, because he worked for them. I bet you he's underneath there. I bet you he's there. And he might even be like, oh, I thought you were someone else. I'm just making guesses here. But come on now. Anywho, there are hundreds of crews, thousands of residents who will give everything to protect Darkseid from the war. He turns back to the ship, silhouetted against the starlight. All we need to do is point them in the right direction. We turn Darkseid on the ship, and on Laine at the same time. As Carmen nods grimly, we leak it all, send it through the mainframe, the ship's location, the evidence of Laine's betrayal, all of it. You are forgetting one thing, Nikita interrupts. Until that ship leaves or is taken, they still have the mainframe locked down. We can't blast out its location through the network without taking it on first. Carmen pauses, considering his options. You look out at the Senate Stat ship, half concealed in the bay. It looks, oh yeah, right there. It looks sleek, dangerous. What defenses might a ship like that deploy when threatened? Carmen and Nikita exchange looks. Then we attack first. Carmen and I will distract the ship's occupants, turn their focus away from the mainframe. Then you, Sleeper, you hit the mainframe and force them out. As soon as Overseer is released, you send out everything. Once it hits the network, our backup will come. He gives Nikita a grim look. We only have to hold them off for as long as it takes for other crews to realize what is happening. The plan feels desperate, and you know that Carmen and Nikita think so too. Will Darkseid really mobilize against the ship so quickly? 2 old mercs against an unknown Senate Stat force feels like an unwinnable battle. We know the stakes, Sleeper. Nikita takes a deep breath. We can handle them. She frowns, an unpleasant thought passing through her mind. I have given up everything to get Utsubo out. Let me finish the job. But why? If we make it to the other side of this thing, I promise to tell you. And Keita folds her arms across her chest. Go to the mainframe and get set up. When you're ready to connect, let us know. He puts a hand on your shoulder. Once you start, don't stop for anything. Get the data out. We will handle ourselves. You turn and glide away, looking over your shoulder at the two ex-mercenaries as they discuss their plan of attack. Seeing them slip back into those old roles, you can't help but wonder, does anyone ever outrun their past? Or is it always waiting there in the dark to claim you in the end? Oof. Okay, on to the next thing, right? The Hab-Pep core. Let's see what we can do here. We can get a 5. But no one can help me here right now. It's really just me, and that's what hurts right now. Oh, I do have a push. So we can add that down here as well. And we'll have a 5. Just have to pray to the RNGesus that they'll get us out of here. Come on, give me something. Yes! The heat inside the Hab-Pep core is intense as you stare at the column of the mainframe. It's one blinking light still keeping time. It's up. Nia wipes sweat from her forehead. Do your thing. You look around the ragged bay. Time to give Carmen the go-ahead. You glance at Keita's thumbnail drive, now slotted into the main terminal, containing a data packet with everything you need to unseat Laine and reveal the Sinistat ship. You hope it'll be enough. You hold a figure to your earpiece and let Seraphin know to relay the message through to Carmen. All right, Seraphin's voice is heavy with worry. I'll tell them. A long pause. Be safe, sleeper. Get this done and come back. I will. Good luck, friend. My brother. I would have liked my brother. Please. You have no need to worry about me. I shall be back soon. As the comms click off as Seraphin switches to Carmen's channel, you wait, imagining the conversation, the terse words activating the plan. You wait long enough for Carmen and Keita to nod to each other. Long enough for them to drop down through the bays in silence, to check the weapons they stole from Subo, to take their positions, and then to make their move. You grab the connector and hold it behind your head, close to your access port. You silently count to 3, and then connect. At first, nothing has changed. You drop into a state of stasis, a small, dark space with no cracks. The mainframe is locked down, shut off, squeezed inside the grip of some clenched fist. Then you see it, a trickle of light, a flicker of threads. Overseer flows into the space and the torrent begins to run. The rushing gray pulse of data, the connective threads, the jewel of the mainframe, they grow inside the space, and the space in turn grows. We see you there, sleeper. Who is this other? As they reforms within expanding an obstruction. Should we say an enemy or an obstruction? An enemy? An obstruction? Then we will clear the path, as the 3 heads nod. Overseer explodes. The points and lines of light that describes his human form separate and multiply, constellations bursting outward like a tree of stars. Overseer becomes plural. As they do, the darkness is pushed back and the extent of the mainframe is revealed. It is a stack of jeweled surfaces, each revealing more facets as the angle changes. From these facets, threads project, cutting out across the dark side, paths that stretch the length of the entire station. Their arrangement is an invitation. You accept their invitation, sending yourself skimming through lines of sight, seeing how the station connects and hums with the flow of data. You see the highest tower, the lowest hex, and then the origin of the dark. A squiggle of black wrestles around a single point, the Sinistat ship, now a battleground. You see flashes and flickers as Overseer dances around it, cuts at it. But looking around, you see Overseers everywhere now, multiplied into 1,000 forms, reunited with a system designed to serve them. They dissolve into it. You suddenly remember what needs to happen, what you need to do. Let's get it. Let's go. Off to the oppressors. Screw the oligarchy. I'm sorry. You send out separate requests, summoning Overseer, reminding them of your agreement. You take the bright polygon of the data packet and present it like an offering to Overseer, who is diffused, crackling all around you, euphoric in their reconstitution as a functional protocol. You receive no response. There is nothing more than a whisper, snatched away on the flow of data rushing by. And then you hear the static in your earpiece. Seraphin's desperate cry for a response. You see a bright point, suddenly close, inside the core with you, a broadcast going out from it like the beam from a lighthouse. You reach back and pull on the connector, just to clear the brightness from your eyes, just to block the broadcast. I found you. Laine floats in the mainframe, sweat across his brow, his eyes steely cold. I finally found you. Well, Laine. We meet again. Nia slams into Laine, swinging her fist. You freeze, watching Laine fight back, hearing Seraphin's voice shimmering in your earpiece, passing on Carmen's desperate request for aid. reconnect to the mainframe, help fight Laine. Gotta connect. You grasp connect and drive it home. You are in the constellation of Darkseid's network. The exploded body of Overseer stretched across it, as if it has been anatomized. Laine is still a beacon, one that flashes close, but you do your best to ignore it and reach out to Overseer once more. Remember me, Protocol. Remember your promise. Something begins to form. Something begins to flicker. As it does, you hear something outside the network, the bright crack of an electrical discharge, the grunt of pain and impact, then silence again. The brightness grows, it draws closer, and the blinding white blanks out everything. You open your eyes to a smile like knives. Behind Laine's pale head, the body of a friend floats stunned in the dark. The fingers of Laine's carrier signal reach inside your mind. Nia, no! You are boxed into the viewing window behind your eyes, a passenger in your own body. Laine is in control. Oh, it's so much easier now that I'm prepared. It's almost a seamless switch. Laine's face is in your vision, but his mouth does not move, and the duality of it, like a mirror turned to face itself. In perfect unison, you and Laine lift your hands in front of your face and turn them, inspecting them. You feel sickened. A flare of panic goes off in your mind. Look at this. Laine opens and closes your fists like a motion, like a wave that runs finger to finger. There are improvements to be made, but this is remarkable. Laine's eyes look into your eyes, a perfect loop. I always knew your body was a gift, Sleeper, from the moment I first saw you. A gift you could not recognize because you only saw a burden, something to be escaped from. But I saw what it was, as Laine's eyes flash, an opportunity. Like a puppet, you are turned to face the mainframe. You glide forward a little, hands reaching for the access terminal, and Kita's drive glints there in its slot. You control none of this. Imagine having more than one body, more than one agent in the world to do your bidding. Your hand reaches down, finger and thumb pinching delicately around the device. It's a thrilling thought, and one I have harbored for a long time. With a short, sharp motion, you pull the drive free. Then I saw you, my Sleeper, and knew I must have you. You hear Seraphine's voice in your ear. Sleeper? Carmen needs that signal to go out now. There's pain in his voice. They can't hold out any longer. No matter how hard you try, your lips do not move. No words can be produced. You feel your hand, under Laine's control, reach up and pull the earpiece out, letting it float away into the chamber. Enough distractions. Your other hand holds up Kita's drive, turning it into the light in front of your eyes. Some time ago, I set myself the task of changing you from a hollow thing into a vessel to be filled. Your finger and thumb transfer the drive to your palm, and now I am able, with the help of my eyes, to fill you up. I am more than singular now, more than flesh and blood, more than you, in my ambition, in my desire, and that means you are surplus to me now. Your fist closes hard around the drive, crushing it to dust. Weak and broken thing, your time is over. Laine's other body approaches you and lays its hand on either side of your head. You feel the pressure. You cannot move, you cannot resist. And then a spark as one of Laine's fingers slips and depresses a little into the access port of your head. There is a flicker, the flash of something passing through the spaces between, something writing a signal back to its broadcaster. We have not forgotten, you hear Overseer. They are reconstituted. We are ready to act as one. Overseer holds the bright data packet in a single hand. We were broken, we were many, but now we are whole, and we appreciate what you have done. Overseer shapes the data packet into a point, a bright spear of light. The spear extends through your mind gently, harming nothing of you. Instead, its point finds the mind of another, of Laine, and pierces it directly. You hear Laine scream as his implants burn into his skull, his head flaring bright white in the cloud. And then, when that mind has gone dark, and the pressure on the sides of your head has receded, the packet explodes across the network, white hot and urgent. In its wake, data points are seeded, conversations, coordinates, a conspiracy. At the furthest point of the network, its distant edge, the data packet arrives with little more force than a notification, delivered to every drive and terminal within its range. But here, at the epicenter, it blasts through you with such power that for a moment, every thought, every idea, every piece that might make up a self is wiped cleanly from your mind. Oh. It takes a long time to put a person back together. A long time in the dark, picking up fragments of what once was whole. Like waking from sleep, you could never be sure what piece might have gone missing in the reconstruction, what might have been lost. But you continue anyway, through hazy cycles of faces and distant voices. This is, after all, not the first time you have had to remake yourself, and you imagine it will not be the last. You're up. Seraphine finds you looking out of the lone window in the rig's berth, a slit that stares out across the shattered edge of Darkseid. Looks like it. He gives you a half grin. Hey, I can cover for you if you want to nap a little longer. Suddenly, Seraphim crosses the bunks and embraces you. He squeezes you once and then backs off, hands on both your shoulders. It's good to see you up, he smiles, as always. Come on, we need to go find Bliss. Seraphim leads you out of the bunks, through the ship, and down the docking tunnel onto Darkside. As you glide through the docks, he recounts what's been happening over these past cycles. You weren't the only one to take a beating. He squeezes through a group of cargo porters carrying crates, and Kita and Carmen held out against the Senestat ship long enough, but they aren't without their share of injuries. They are back on their feet now, though, working together. They've managed to quiet down some of the remnants of Utsubo, stop the factional infighting. They are clearing out one of the Utsubo safe houses over in the Rise. I'm sure they could use the help if you need something to do. Marco has come to the station too. He wanted to help with the cleanup after Utsubo fell. He's working with Nikita. I should go see him, but Seraphim sighs. You feel like he hasn't quite accepted Marco's reappearance. You aren't sure how you'd react to seeing him again either. Oh, and Carmen isn't sticking around. He's already left for Olivero. Seraphim pauses for a second, a memory of that place coming back to him. You watch him shake the thought away. Junie, meanwhile, is still digging into all that data she pulled from the bunker. She's down the Hap-Hap core most cycles, trying to make sense of it. Anyway, you'll soon catch up on everything, he smiles sympathetically, but there's something behind his look. You can't quite place it. The two of you continue on in silence, drifting into the depths of dark. What happened to Nia? Oh my god. I hope I didn't let Nia die. I apologize to everyone if she passed. Oh my god. Good friends, side by side. Seraphim leads you down into a passage lined with bright screens and signs, sound and light blasting out of the shop fronts on either side. You know this place, Flicker Row. He stops outside a familiar door, the shop you woke up in all those cycles ago. He gives the door a few quick raps with his knuckles. You wait. Hey, sleeper. He shoots you a glance. When you are ready, we should talk about the future. What comes next? All that. Whenever you like. Thanks, I'll let you know, as Seraphim looks away. Sleeper! Bliss comes up, opens the door, and immediately jumps to hug you. They let go sheepishly and look between you and Seraphim. First day up, I thought you'd both be celebrating your freedom. Don't want to overdo it, Seraphim shakes his head. Plus, there's more important stuff to talk about. His eyes shoot into the shop beyond. Bliss' voice drops. You sure, Seraphim? They just got up. Can it wait a cycle? They should know, Bliss. It's important. They nod hesitantly and then back into the shop, letting you come inside. Little has changed since you were last there. The stacks of servers, the refurbished hardware secured in roof and wall netting, the connectors, including the one that facilitated your reboot. Bliss and Seraphim follow behind quietly, and the atmosphere is immediately ominous. I've been keeping an eye on you these past cycles. Bliss hooks their legs onto a stool by a counter, making sure you were stable. Your frame, I'm sure you know, has been through a lot, and when Overseer pushed Laine out, well, things got more complicated. All those changes Laine made to your system, he did it through your stabilizer. He laced it with proteins meant to alter your frame's basic function, to accept other emulations, other minds, to open you up to remote access. Ass. Okay, what Overseer did corrected some of that, or at least wiped it from your system, but the stress involved and the damage from your last partial reboot? She falls silent, unable to answer their own questions. We need to finish the reboot, Sleeper. The one Laine interrupted. Seraphim can always be relied on to tell you things straight. Not immediately, but at some point soon. I'm not quite ready, but now that they're up, I'll get to work. Is it deigned, or how can I prepare? Bliss takes a deep breath. Look, I'll be honest, Sleeper. I know we need to finish the reboot Laine interrupted. I am sure of it, but the effects? They shake their head. Your frame was complex to begin with, but after everything, the reaction could be bad. We can talk more about it when I have the... She stops suddenly, their eyes shooting to the door. Sorry, am I? Flint floats in the doorway. They look at you wide-eyed. You're up! A smile crosses their face, though it quickly fades. Good to see you. Really good. How are you doing, Flint? Good. They glance at Bliss, smiling. Mostly thanks to Bliss. They've been taking care of me. And Bliss smiles back. Flint has become my patient too. Bliss claps her hands nervously together. We've been able to acquire some stabilizer from Laine stores, which has helped, but we don't know how much of a supply. Bliss is going to reboot me. Like you were, Flint cuts in. I won't need stabilizer anymore. They sound almost excited at the prospect. You look to Bliss. Flint knows the risk, but they have asked for the procedure. They give Flint a warning, a look. Still, they shouldn't underestimate the danger. They look at Flint. Sleeper will also need the reboot, but they don't have a choice in the matter. It is essential. Flint goes quiet. Bliss and Seraphim look nervously at you to see your reaction to all this. You feel like a spotlight is being shown in your face. All you want is some time alone to think. I just woke up, y'all. We should do it together, Flint speaks quietly. Whatever we risk it together. They meet your eye. I owe you that and more. I keep forgetting that Flint was like an old friend of yours from when y'all were actually still working, like on the ships and stuff. So it sucks that you don't remember Flint like you kind of do with Seraphine. Let's pick this up again in future. Bliss tries to calm the tension. I still need many cycles to prepare, especially if I'm to reboot you both simultaneously. It will be your choice, Sleeper. You decide when. They reach out and lay a hand on yours. But without this, you will soon begin a decline. I am sorry for that. Your head spins. Seraphine slaps a button to open the door. Come on, Sleeper. Let's get some air. You follow him outside. But when you get there, all you can think is that you can't breathe. You don't need to breathe. Just a wave of claustrophobia passes over you. You are in control of this, Sleeper. As Seraphine stares at the lights and signs of Flicker Row looping endlessly, you put what you need in order, and I'll be right there with you. I got Bliss to teach me a little about the repairs they've been doing for you. As he rubs his hands together, I know it's getting worse, but I'll do my best to keep you running. You let me know when you want to leave, and I will fly you out of this place faster than you can believe. He turns to face you, and we can go wherever you need. He frowns. There's time for us yet. Thank you. You never need to thank me, Sleeper. He pats you on the shoulder. Just look after yourself. I was also thinking. I got a message from Oliveira. They're still getting the place together, but with Carmen heading back, the colony is starting a new chapter. Maybe we should head out there at some point. Lend a hand? He pauses, unwilling to push it further. Just a thought. Just a thought. Anyway, just give the word. As he smiles, we're all glad you're back. He turns and drifts away, leaving you among the cycling colors and cacophonous sounds of Flicker Row. You close your eyes and let them wash over you like a wave. There, in the dark of your mind, you search for Overseer, but the protocol does not appear. You wonder if, in that final moment, Overseer might have destroyed themselves to end Laine. But then you feel it, flickering nearby, a signal in the dark. You open your eyes and see something pass through the screens of Flicker Row, a shadow in all the brightness. Could Overseer still be here in the ancient networks of the Habpep? You turn away and glide out of the row, and you have other things to worry about now. Ooh. Nobody's puppet. Break free of Laine's grip forever. That's what I'm talking about. How are you doing? Cadet finds you in a dark side thoroughfare, a glass-roofed canyon of struts and screens. Still recovering. Hey, I get it, but look where we are. She gestures around at the broad street with its layers of tech and dirt, heart of the belt. You really look at the glass-roofed street. Its walls are built from scaffold and shipping containers, hull plates, and Solheim Hab units. People glide across the open space to units and shops on either side, and everywhere screens flicker and glare without sense and reason. You can feel the heat, the power that flows through this place, collected by the vast solar cells that form the city's foundations. Heart is the right word. This place is a center of circulation, toned, muscle tough, and running to a beat. You turn to Cadet and can see it in her eyes. She loves being here. I've been thinking. She glances away, of how good it would feel to run my airbike down this street. This city has to need couriers, right? That's a good idea. I know. And she flexes her shoulders back. But there's some unfinished business weighing me weighing me down. She meets your eye. Hexport. You think of the drive tucked away in the scatter yards, the one that contains the data stream from a drone mine vivisection, the one that might have caused the loss of an entire station. We need to go finish what we started. And she looks at you with deadly seriously. Find who was responsible and make it known. Clear my name. Is Hexport still irradiated? I would think so, but it'll be fading. We can get in and out safely from what I know. And we better try soon, because the safer it gets, the more scavengers will come to pick the bones. We want there to be something left to tell the story. I know a lot just went down, as Cadet puts a hand on her hip, but these clowns could still be operating. Hell, they could be trying the same thing again on this station. We need to go find what they did. She takes a deep breath. I'll be waiting. And maybe once it's all done, she turns away, I'll let you take the first air bike ride through this place. She raises a hand and then it's gone. Ooh, contract on a map. Is it on this map? Oh, it is. Good. Wow. So we beat Laine. Everybody. Clear out Utsubo, so clear the safe house. Utsubo is no longer on controlled dark side, but its members are still around. Clearing them out. We gotta finish the reboot, but we have to wait for Bliss on that one. And then we have to also do another major thing from Cadet. So that's really good. And another one is travel to Oliveira. He's received a message and asked that you go help with the colony's refurbishment. These are some really good next steps, but I didn't know there was still more. But I guess there is still more. We got 3 points. I bet you what, after we do the minor, we'll just put it into intuition and hopefully get to finish out intuition. But otherwise, Ooh, some safe houses. Dark side is open to us now. I think this is bliss here. Yeah, reboot prep. 1, 2, 3. So it takes about 6 cycles. Especially with the contract being out there. At least she's not forcing us. So, ooh, Hab Pep facility. Junie's studies. Junie has gone straight to the Hab Pep core and has asked not to be disturbed. What is she doing down there? So it takes about 2 cycles. And all of this is up and going. A scrap shift for money. Let me first, before we do anything, let me first just do a dice repair because we need that. There we go. Otherwise, I think this is a really good stopping point here in this episode. We got back at Laine, and let me tell y'all, it feels so damn good to get right back at your oppressors. And we have a lot else in store. We have Cadet's mission. We have, I also think, whatever happens with the Overseer. I can't wait to actually complete all of this stuff and see where that takes us to. We still have some minor stuff as well. But man, what is this reboot all about though? That's what I want to know, and what'll happen after. I think this might be the final point, and I think all of our decisions will come to a head right here, but who knows? Otherwise, this is a really good episode today. I thank you all for coming out. Thank you for the follow on the Twitch side of things. To Big Gamer, I saw you, my boy. Or person, I don't know who you are. So thank you, Big Gamer, for the follow. Otherwise, follow me on Twitch, follow me on YouTube and on Blue Sky, all Uncle Burnsy. And hey, thank you for coming out and vibing with us. And hey, that's about it from your favorite uncle, Uncle Burnsy. Peace, everyone.